This is not a word. Don't try to pronounce it. This is not WASD. I always like to make my students figure if they can pronounce it. This stands for something. OASDI is your old age survivors disability insurance. Commas are important. It's not old age survivors. It's old age survivors disability insurance. So I'll explain what each one of these means. But what this is a, here's the basics of this. Cash payment for certain individuals. So cash payment for certain people. So who are these certain people? Well, that's what the old age survivors and disability comes in. So first one, old age. This was the original idea behind Social Security. So once you reach a certain age, you will receive a cash payment from the federal government. So that was the original one. And it still works that way today. You hear people talking about getting their Social Security payment. What they're referring to is their OASDI payment. Nobody calls it OASDI. Everybody just kind of calls it by its non-technical name, which is Social Security. So we'll put that down here. This is what we mean by Social Security. OASDI. So once people reach a certain age, it's assuming that you've worked long enough, which is only about 2.5 years that you've got to work to qualify for this, you'll receive a cash payment. Survivors, so this is immediate family of people who qualify. They can also receive some types of benefits. The main one is, let's say that you pass away and you have a spouse. Well, your spouse will, assuming that you pass away and you were qualifying, you were collecting Social Security. Your spouse will receive a certain payment based on how much you've received. And generally, it's just a one-time payment. They call it a death benefit, which is a weird sounding term, right? Here's your death benefit. That's what I mean by survivors. It could also be children as well. And the last one, which was created in the 1950s, individuals who have a physical or mental disability or unable to work also receive payments from the OASDI trust fund or the fund. So this is what we commonly refer to as Social Security, cash payments. This is what most people think Social Security is. The other half of this, and we'll look at the screen here, is your HI, which is hospital insurance. This is not cash payments. What this is government subsidized, meaning they pay all or part healthcare, government subsidized healthcare. The non-technical term that this is referred to is Medicare, which is probably closer to the term that you have heard before. So essentially what Medicare is most of you probably have some kind of health insurance right now. Medicare is simply health insurance that's provided by the government for people who reach a certain age. It was called hospital insurance, and we still call it hospital insurance. This is a term that comes back in the 50s. The term health insurance didn't really pop up until the mid-1980s. Prior to that, it was referred to as hospital insurance. So it would, if you got put in the hospital, you would have to pay either a small part or none of your bill. Government is, oh, go ahead.
Does this subsidy cover prescription medications and such as well, or just hospitals?
So the Medicare prescription started in 1992, covering prescription for people that have reached a certain age that qualify for that. So this is health insurance, very similar to health insurance that you may have. It's just provided by the federal government, and it's only for people who have reached a certain age. We refer to this as Medicare. So you've got Social Security and Medicare, your OASDI and your HI. If you ever get a chance, take a look at your paycheck. Hopefully you will. And you'll see these two lines somewhere on there, and you'll see how much money you pay into this. Let's take a look at that.